guys, welcome back. The countdown is on. I have a few weeks left until I'm supposed to have a baby, and maybe you are too. So I just wanted to go over a checklist of things that you can be doing to help make those first few weeks with your little one a little bit easier on you, maybe easier on the family. Whether you are a first-time mom or whether you are a professional and you've had multiple kids, there's always things that you can do to make it the transition for another kid just a little bit easier. And we want to make sure that you're as prepared as you possibly can be. First off, we want to talk about your postpartum self-care kit. This is something that I didn't even know was a thing before having kids and kind of looking into it. Pretty much what you can do is you can have if it's a box, if it's a bag, just something to help the postpartum process for yourself, the healing process for yourself go a lot better at home. A couple of things that you can add to your postpartum recovery kit: maxi pads, adult diapers, anything like that. There will be bleeding, so you need something for that. Some people really like to make, it's called a padsicle. So you'll take like aloe vera and a witch hazel and you'll put it on a pad and then you'll close it back up and you put it in the freezer. I tried them with my first, but they were too cold for me, so I chose not to use them for my second. There are still some other options that you can use. There's like a perennial spray that you can have to help down there. There's a healing foam that I chose to use for my second. You put it onto the pad before you put it on. It's just supposed to help the healing process. There's like witch hazel pads that you can use to help with cleaning and keeping things nice down there, or like Tux. I think that's a brand of it, the Tux pads. I use those. One of the other postpartum recovery, lanolin cream, especially like if you're nursing, it's super, super helpful. Things get dry, things get cracked. A lanolin cream is safe for you and for the baby. So it's not something that you need to like put on and then wipe off before you nurse. So it's a good thing to have. Something that I've really liked having for both of my recoveries is a peri bottle. Using the washroom for the first few times after having a baby, it's scary. It can be difficult, and I never really wanted to you don't want to touch anything down there because I had stitches. So having the peri bottle was really, really easy for quick use after the washroom, just to help keep everything clean. Another one for the postpartum recovery kit: bath salts, Epsom salts, anything like that can be really helpful for drawing out either infections, just helping speed up healing. Those are just a few things that you could add to your postpartum recovery kit. I do like to have a few of these things in each bathroom. Like, we have 2 bathrooms. Obviously, if one's occupied and if I need to use the other one, it's helpful to have the things that I need in the second bathroom as well. Another thing that you can do before the baby arrives: get some people together, make some meals that you can stick in the freezer. It'll just give you one less thing to do as you are recovering. So you can pull out a freezer meal the night before, thaw it, throw it in the oven, bake it from frozen if possible. The one thing that you do want to keep in mind is that most freezer meals, I think, only last 3 to 4 months in the freezer before it's kind of their best before. So you don't want to make them too far in advance, but it's, I think, a really good way of just getting together with people coming up to the end, and it's going to help you in the long run. Something else that's really helpful: make sure that you're stocking up on household essentials before the baby arrives. Little things like toilet paper, dish soap, paper towels, trash bags, laundry detergent, toiletries, pet food, diaper genie bags. If you're using a diaper genie, make sure you have the bags for it. Just little things that would feel like a really big inconvenience if it's oh man, I can't believe I ran out of toothpaste. Now I gotta go out of my way, make a trip to the store for this one little thing. Stock up on what you can. If you can afford it, that's fantastic. And it's not like you need to have months and months of supplies. Just make sure that you have everything that you need, because you might not feel like leaving the house for a while. I didn't leave the house with my kids for a long time, especially not on my own. You never know what your recovery is gonna look like. Lots can happen. You don't know if you're gonna spend time in the hospital. You don't know if you're gonna come home and baby's colicky and you just have no time to do anything. You don't know. You could have a perfect baby, sleeps beautifully, stuff like that. So it's just easier to be prepared in case things don't go perfectly. Something that might seem like a really simple task, but it is super important to do this beforehand, is installing your car seat. This is another thing that you don't want to do too far in advance, because if you are to get into an accident with a car seat in your vehicle, the car seat, I think, is then deemed unsafe and you're not actually supposed to use it anymore. There are lots of car seat clinics that I've heard of where, especially if you're a first-time parent and you want to make sure that you're installing it correctly, you can just, like, lots of them are just, you drive in, they'll check it out for you, or they'll show you how to do it if you haven't done it before. One of the things that I really like, so our car seat comes with a base. We put the base in, we make sure it's strapped in, and then that way we keep the car seat out until it's kind of go time. Once we know we're heading to the hospital, we grab the car seat, just click it in, and then we can go. That way, in my mind, if there is an accident before baby, all we would really have to do is replace the base, not necessarily the full car seat itself, because the car seat wasn't there in the time of the accident, so it's still safe to use. There are so many different pregnancy apps that you can get to help either prepare you for labor and delivery, help you with tracking baby feedings, dirty diapers, stuff like that. Your first few appointments with your baby, they will always be asking you, how many wet diapers have they had? How much milk are they drinking? When you are sleep deprived, it can be really, really hard to try and think back and remember exactly how much they're eating or what happened that day or even the week before. So some of these baby tracker apps might be really good to have on hand. Even if you looked it up in any kind of app store, you'd probably find so many different options to help you out. If you are planning to nurse your baby, something that you could do to really help you out is set up a nursing station. I know lots of moms swear by it, whether it's like just a little space in the living room that you kind of have all your supplies, or you could set up like a little rolling trolley by your bedside, especially for night times, just to have extra things that you might need there. Some of the things that you could include, again, the lanolin nipple cream. A nursing pillow is really good to have. A water bottle, you want to make sure that you're hydrated. You can have some small snacks for yourself. Something else that you can have in your nursing station if you want is a nursing bra. Odds are you'll probably be wearing it, but sometimes things get messy and sometimes it gets soaked. Along with that is nursing pads. A couple other things that would be good to have: burp cloths for sure. Usually I'll try and keep a little thing of diapers, thing of wipes, and then extra clothes or an extra sleeper or two, just in case something happens in the middle of the night. Feeding, they spit up, blow out, anything like that. Something else that you want to make sure you do before baby arrives, make sure that you line up who's caring for your kids or your pets. It might seem self-explanatory, but it could be something that's very easily missed. So just make sure that you are thinking of that as well. Something that you might end up doing anyways, as you get further along in your pregnancy, lots of women experience the urge to nest, which is like cleaning, just doing stuff around the house to prepare for the baby. So some of the things that you could be doing is washing all of the crib sheets that you have or bassinet sheets. Make sure that you wash all of the baby clothes that you have, whether they're new or thrifted, organizing them in sizes. It's going to make it a lot easier after baby's here, and then you're not trying to like pull through clothes or get things washed last minute. It also gives you a chance then to make sure that you have enough of everything that you think you might need. Sometimes it might be like, oh, I don't actually even have any sleepers with zippers, or I don't have any baby socks, or I don't have any sheets or something like that you're like, oh yeah, I should actually go buy that. Pregnant women can be frazzled sometimes. I like lists. Lists help me out. Just putting that out there. While we're talking about baby clothes, it would also be really good to mention your own clothes. Make sure that you have whatever clothes that you are comfortable wearing, especially postpartum. So for me, I mean, I am comfort over style any day. Anybody could probably tell you that, but I will be making sure that all of my sweatpants are like front and center of my dressers. All of my baggy shirts or like nursing bras are just all at the ready to go. Something else that you're gonna wanna do before baby arrives, double check your hospital bag. You just wanna make sure that you're ready to go. I haven't quite packed mine yet. I'm like 33 weeks-ish, but it is something that's kind of in the back of my mind that's like, hey, you should probably start getting ready to pack it. And then as the due date gets closer, I'll just kind of go over it all again, make sure I have everything that I need before we were to actually go. Something else that might be a good idea, depending on where you are, if you want to do like a practice run to the hospital or just like a tour of the hospital, it's not necessarily a bad idea. We have a new children's hospital in our area. Even going there, I was a little bit confused, like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do? Because it's not self-explanatory, and that was really frustrating. It is a good idea to like check maybe the fastest route to drive there, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do once you do get there. Not a bad idea, just to make that day go a little bit easier, a little bit more smoothly for you. Something else that's really important to do, ladies, you need to pamper yourself. Do whatever you can to help you just relax and enjoy these last couple of weeks before the baby gets here. Go out, get a massage, get a pedicure, take a bubble bath. I don't know, whatever you kind of like to do to just relax. You deserve to just take some time for yourself. You have been working very, very hard. You deserve it. Along those lines as well, it might be a good idea for you and your spouse, your partner, whatever, to take a little bit of time together as well. Go on another date night, go to a movie, just enjoy the time being together before baby gets here, because a lot can change, or a lot is going to change, and you're gonna find that you have way less time to do the things that you necessarily want to do in the moment. This one is also kind of a given. If you can, get as much rest as you possibly can before baby gets here, because those first little, like that first little while with the baby can be really tough. It can be really challenging. This whole last week, I have not been sleeping almost at all. I'm up almost every hour of the night, whether it's from pain or having to use the washroom. So I know lots of women are like, oh, you have to sleep before the baby gets here. Even if you're not sleeping, just take the time to rest. Take the time to relax. I've had to be really kind of strict with myself not to do too much around the house, because it causes me a lot of physical pain, first of all. Second of all, I know I need to take the time to rest. My body needs to just rest any way that it possibly can, especially when I'm not getting the sleep that I necessarily need. I really hope that this checklist helps you feel a little bit more prepared for the baby. I hope it makes you feel a little bit less stressed if that's possible. Don't forget to take it easy. Enjoy the process. Enjoy this last little bit before baby gets here. You've got this. We're doing great. It's almost time. Feel free to drop any of your own pre-baby to-do things in the comments below, especially if there's something that I've missed or something else that you've done that has been really beneficial or helpful for you that you think other people might find helpful as well. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.